That is important. But more importantly is when you start a job, right? The important thing that people need to understand about jobs is that this job you can learn. But when the learning ends, and this is the hardest part, when the learning ends, you're usually very good at what you do. Okay, you take a typical, they call it a learning curve, right? The S curve, that S curve, right? Now if you look at the curve, right, it starts off, a lot of time, with time and performance, right? A lot of time will happen, but your performance will be relatively low. And then over time, your performance will go higher, ultimately your performance will come to a high level. And then what happens? Your performance starts to plateau, right? The learning curve starts to plateau. Now what happens? That means is that your learning is incrementally gone smaller. Your biggest learning happens when you're struggling. You will only be good when your performance equals potential. For your performance to equal potential, you need to keep doing this, keep moving, keep growing. But the hard part is when you're good at something, conventional wisdom says, don't move. Because you're good at it. But growth tells you, the more you struggle, the more you go out of the box, the more likely you are to grow to your potential. So you talk about
what made you become an entrepreneur? What made you choose that path? And I told them, the answer lies in the question, is it worth it? Is it worth it to be an entrepreneur? Is it worth it to go through these failures and challenges in your life? Although it's, sometimes I have to drink ice water, every day instead of buying my big mango orange, which I like, I have to sacrifice. But is it worth it to be an entrepreneur? Why be an entrepreneur? Because the first thing is you have the freedom to be in control. You have the freedom to do what you want, when you want it, and how you want it. And nothing beats the feeling of not being controlled by or dictated by a boss. As an entrepreneur, you are able to pursue your passion, which Roshan was mentioning just now, because in life, there's much more in life than just working for people. You dedicate your life to work most of the time. 3/4 of the day you're working. But why are you working for someone else's and building someone else's empire if you can build your own entrepreneur and in order to be who they really want to be? But our belief is, it's the total opposite. Is you have to be and do and you have. So if you have to be an entrepreneur because you have to be who you want to be.